Hello students, we have been discussing chapter number 10, Hello Alkane and Hello Arene. Till now, we have seen nomenclature, classification and preparation of Hello Alkane and Hello Arene. Today, we are going to discuss physical properties of Hello Alkane and Hello Arene. So today, our topic is physical properties. Okay. Now we have got 4 chapters in 12th. Chapter number 10, 11, 12, 13 of organic chemistry. Now whatever physical properties I am going to discuss today, the main concept will be same for all the organic chemistry chapter. So please pay attention. So today's our topic is physical properties of haloalkane and haloarine. Physical properties of haloalkane and haloarenes. Okay. First physical property. Haloalkanes are mostly colorless. So when they are in pure form, when they are in pure state, they are mostly colorless. Okay. But some bromides or some iodides are colorful when they are exposed to light, which means that some chloride and bromides impart color when they are exposed to light. So whenever sunlight will be there, in presence of sunlight, bromides and iodides will impart color. But most of the haloalkanes, when they are in pure form, they are colorless. Okay. Next property is they impart sweet smell, which means whenever you open the bottle of any haloalkane solution, there will be sweet smell of that solution. So haloalkanes are having sweet smell. They impart sweet smell. Okay, these are the basic properties. Now we are going to discuss some other properties. Okay, so main property, if we are discussing methyl chloride, methyl bromide, ethyl chloride, or any other alkyl halide which are having less number of carbon, they will be gaseous in nature. Gaseous in nature. And this is general property for many other functional group. Okay. So it is said that the compounds which are having less number of carbon, like carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, up to carbon number let's say 5 to 6. So compounds which are having less number of carbon, they are mostly gaseous in nature. And if the number of carbon increases, they will be liquid in nature. And after carbon number 17, 16 or 18, they will be solid in nature. So this is general property for most of the functional group. Likewise, methyl chloride, 1 carbon is there. Methyl bromide, 1 carbon is there. Ethyl chloride, 2 carbons are there. Which means haloalkanes which are having less number of carbon, they are gaseous in nature. Their physical state is gaseous. So it is general trend, less number of carbon, compounds which are having less number of carbon, they are mostly gaseous. As the carbon number increases, this is general trend, as carbon number increases, their physical state will get changed. So after carbon number let's say 5, they will be liquid in nature, and after carbon number 17, they will be solid in nature. So their physical state depend upon the number of carbons. Lower carbon containing compounds are gaseous, higher carbon containing compounds are solid in nature. Okay, so this is about physical state. Now let's discuss about melting point, boiling point, solubility. Okay, so we'll discuss difference between melting point of hydrocarbon and haloalkane. So reason is, question can be asked like this: explain or give reason why melting points or boiling points of haloalkane are higher than hydrocarbon. So question can be asked like this: explain. Haloalkanes are having higher boiling point or melting point than hydrocarbon, or give reason. Haloalkanes are having higher boiling or melting point than hydrocarbon. So we'll discuss the difference between hydrocarbon property number 4 and haloalkane. So we'll discuss general property of haloalkane and hydrocarbon. Okay. Now let's discuss about hydrocarbon. For example, we have got methane. And haloalkane is methyl chloride. CH3Cl, CH3Cl. Okay. In methane, there is not difference in electronegativity between carbon and hydrogen. So it is non-polar. Methane is purely non-polar in nature. It is not having any charge. So between two methane molecules, there is only van der Waals interaction. Only van der Waals interaction is possible between two methane molecules, because there is not differentiation of any charge. It is highly non-polar. It is not having any charge. Okay. So for these compounds, only van der Waals interaction is possible. But in case of methyl chloride, the difference in electronegativity between carbon and halogen is having more electronegativity, so the bonded electron will move towards halogen. So there will be partial negative charge at halogen and partial positive charge at carbon. So this is polar in nature, positive, negative. Haloalkanes are polar in nature because of electronegativity difference between carbon and halogen, and because of this polarity, there is interaction, there is attraction between two methyl chloride molecules. So this minus charge will attract plus charge of carbon. Likewise, CH3Cl minus plus. So which means there is intermolecular attraction present. Two methyl chloride molecules are connected or attracted by electrostatic attraction force. So electrostatic attraction force is there between haloalkanes, and as we know that compared to van der Waals interaction, electrostatic attraction, see, this attraction is stronger than van der Waals, and because of that, whenever we give temperature, whenever we provide heat to hydrocarbon and haloalkane, van der Waals interaction is easy to break. We don't need much temperature or much heat to break this interaction, whereas this interaction is difficult to break, so we require higher temperature, and because of that, compared to hydrocarbon, haloalkane are having higher boiling point. So boiling points of haloalkanes are higher. So this is the main logic for many other compounds, many other functional groups. In hydrocarbons, only van der Waals interaction is possible, whereas in haloalkanes, intermolecular attraction is possible, which is more stronger than van der Waals interaction, and so that we need to provide higher heat to break this interaction, to make them volatile or to convert into vapor form, which means that haloalkanes are having higher boiling point than hydrocarbon. So this is general trend. Now, as we know that the number of carbon increases, boiling point increases, which means that compared to methyl chloride, ethyl chloride will have higher boiling point. Compared to ethyl chloride, propyl chloride will have higher boiling point. So this is indicating that as the number of carbon increases, boiling point increases. And the reason is, as the number of carbon increases, number of interaction increases, van der Waals interaction increases, number of bonds will increase, and because of that, and molecular masses increases, density increases, and because of that, boiling point increases. So the general trend is, as the number of carbon increases, boiling point increases. Okay, now let's discuss about those haloalkanes which are having same number of carbons but they are having different halogen. Okay, so this is difference between hydrocarbon and haloalkane. Now we are going to discuss about haloalkanes, those haloalkanes which are having same number of carbons but they are having different halogen atom. Okay, for example, we have got CH3Cl, CH3Br, CH3I, CH3F, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Now we have been asked to arrange this compound according to their boiling or melting point. So what will be the difference of these compounds in terms of boiling point? Okay, so just think that what will be the order of boiling point of this compound. Okay, now let us discuss. Compared to fluorine, chlorine is having higher atomic mass. Compared to chlorine, bromine is having higher atomic mass. Compared to bromine, iodine is having higher atomic mass. So if we move in group number 17, halogen group, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. So if we move from fluorine to chlorine to bromine to iodine, atomic number increases. So here atomic number increases as we move down. Atomic number increases, electrons also increases, number of electrons increases as we move down. Okay. As we move from fluorine to chlorine, chlorine to bromine, bromine to iodine, atomic number increases. Atomic number increases, electrons increases. Electrons increases, size of the atom increases, and because of size, van der Waals interaction increases. So there will be more van der Waals interaction compared to fluorine to chlorine, chlorine to bromine, bromine to iodine. Okay, again pay attention here. This is the main logic. We are discussing difference in melting or boiling point of fluoromethane, chloromethane, bromomethane and iodomethane. Okay. So here methyl group is same in all the compounds. So there won't be any change because of this methyl group. Now what is left? So halogens are left. So we are discussing about halogens. Fluorine to chlorine, chlorine to bromine, bromine to iodine. As we move down in group number 17, atomic number increases. As atomic number increases, number of electron increases, and number of electron increases, the size of the atom increases, which means that compared to fluorine, chlorine is having the size of the chlorine is more, and compared to chlorine, the size of the bromine is more, and the size of the iodine is more. Okay, as size increases, van der Waals interaction also increases, and as van der Waals interaction increases, iodine, which is having largest size, it will be having more boiling or melting point. So the sequence will be like this. So remember the sequence. So if alkyl group is same in haloalkane and halogen is different, so you need to remember which halogen is having more size. So those halogens which are having largest size or larger size, they will be having higher boiling or melting point. So this is general logic. Why it is so, we have already discussed. Okay. Now, next logic. We have got bromobutane. One bromobutane. We have got two bromobutane. And we have got one, two, three, four. Two bromo, two methyl propane. These are all isomers. They are having same molecule formula but different chain or different structure. Okay. So they are all isomers. Okay. Now we have been asked to set an order for boiling point. Which compound will be having more boiling point and which compound will be having less boiling point. Okay. So we have been given three compounds and we have been asked to set an order for the boiling point or melting point. Okay. So one bromobutane will be having more boiling point compared to this, and this will have more boiling point compared to this. And why it is so? So the reason is, as the branch increases, so here the compound is in state form. Here one branch has come, here two branch has come. Now as the number of branch increases, there will be less surface area. Remember this logic, less surface area. And because of less surface area, less van der Waals interaction. Okay, remember this logic. Here no branch, here one branch is there, here two branches are there. So as number of branch increases, less surface area, which means let's say it is having this much surface area, this compound is having this much surface area. Here surface area becomes less, only this much is surface area, here surface area has decreased. So if you compare, this compound is having this much of surface area. Here because of one branch, surface area has got decreased. Here because of two branches, surface area has got decreased. So compared to this, it has got less surface area. Compared to this, it has got less surface area. So as number of branch increases, surface area becomes less. And because of say less surface area, van der Waals interaction will be less, because this compound and another this compound, they will have more surface area and more van der Waals interaction. Because of less surface area, less van der Waals interaction is possible. And here, because of least surface area, so lowest surface area, there will be very less van der Waals interaction. So as the number of branch increases, surface area decreases, and because surface area decreases, there will be less van der Waals interaction, and because of that, the boiling point or melting point decreases. So which means that one bromobutane is having higher boiling point compared to two bromobutane, and two bromobutane is having higher boiling point compared to two bromo, two methyl propane. So remember this logic. As branch increases, surface area decreases. Surface area decreases, there will be less van der Waals interaction and less boiling point. So remember this logic. Okay. Now we'll discuss properties of haloarenes. So here we have got orthodichlorobenzene, here metadichlorobenzene, and here paradichlorobenzene. These are isomers of each other. Okay. Now the question is, they are having almost same boiling point. Boiling points of these compounds are almost same. But melting point is different, and compound which is para, it has got higher melting point compared to ortho and meta. This is ortho dichlorobenzene, this is meta dichlorobenzene, this is para dichlorobenzene. Boiling points are same for all these isomers, but melting point is different, and the para compound is having higher melting point. Okay. The reason is because para compound is symmetrical. It is symmetrical, and because of its symmetrical nature, it can fit into crystal lattice very well. Fit into crystal lattice. Because of its symmetrical nature, it can fit into crystal lattice. So crystal lattice is regular or perfect arrangement of atoms. So because of symmetrical nature of para, it will be symmetrical in crystal lattice. So because of its symmetrical nature, it can fit very well into crystal lattice, and because of that, it is hard to break. That crystal lattice structure is hard to break, difficult to break, and because of that, it is having higher melting point. So melting point of para is higher compared to ortho and meta. So remember this logic. Boiling points of ortho, meta and para are almost similar. There is not much difference between boiling points, but melting point of para compound is higher because of its symmetrical nature. Because it has got symmetrical nature, it can fit into crystal lattice, and because of that, what is melting point? Melting point is the temperature which is given to melt that compound. So this para compound can fit into crystal lattice. Regular arrangement of para compound will be there, and because of that, it is hard to break. It is difficult to break, and because of that, it has got higher melting point. So remember this logic. Now we'll discuss last physical property of haloalkane, and the property is solubility. Okay. So is haloalkane soluble in water? So the answer is, because haloalkane, let's say methyl chloride, is slightly polar in nature, and water, as we know, is polar in nature. Water is polar in nature, and this haloalkane is slightly polar in nature. And because of this polarity, haloalkane will be soluble in water, but not that much soluble. Haloalkane will be soluble in water, but solubility is less. Solubility of haloalkane in water is less. Okay, what is the reason? So the reason is, here one haloalkane combines with another haloalkane. So this is intermolecular attraction is there. Same way, one water molecule joins with another water molecule by hydrogen bonding. So here hydrogen bond is there between two water molecules. Here intermolecular attraction is there between two haloalkanes. Now if haloalkane is dissolved in water, this interaction should be broken. And new interaction should be formed, right? So new interaction should be formed. Now this new interaction is not much stronger compared to this hydrogen bond and this intermolecular attraction. Okay. Between two methyl chloride molecules, there is intermolecular attraction. Between two water molecules, there is intermolecular hydrogen bond. Now, if we are dissolving methyl chloride in water, there will be new interaction, that is between methyl chloride and water, and because of that this old interaction should be broken and new interaction will be formed. But this new interaction is not much stronger compared to previous interaction, compared to previous intermolecular attraction between alkyl halides and hydrogen bond. So this is big interaction compared to previous interaction, and that is why it is less soluble in water. So it is having less solubility. So haloalkanes are less soluble in water, but haloalkanes are more soluble in organic solvent. So in organic solvent they are more soluble, and the logic is again same. Okay, so what is the logic? Okay, so logic is haloalkane is having intermolecular attraction here. In case of organic solvent, there will be interaction between solvent molecules, and after dissolving haloalkane in solvent like organic solvent, the new interaction is more stronger than previous interaction. So the new interaction of haloalkane with solvent is much stronger compared to previous interaction, compared to interaction between alkyl halide and solvent, and that is why alkyl halide or haloalkane is more soluble in organic solvent. So the logic is haloalkanes are less soluble in water, whereas haloalkanes are more soluble in organic solvent, and the logic is same. Okay, so this is all about physical properties of haloalkane and halohalene. Okay.